Oh man, I'm so late in recording this video. I just got back to work and it's kind of messing up my schedule. So to make it up, I'm going to go ahead and put 3 beta codes in this video. If you wanted to jump into the beta, we're going to go ahead and read these patch notes for beta 2 of Swords of Legend Online. So it says the first beta has just finished and we're ready to invite you to the second one. After going through all of your impressions and experiences of the alpha and the first beta, we have been able to change and improve quite a few things. Summary: we removed one of the battlefields from the game, but faction battles are available. Hard dungeons are really hard now. We've improved the way you reach max level. The NPCs have learned a new language, we've added English audio, and we've squashed countless bugs. On Beta 2 details, the time period is going to be between the 1st of June 2021. It began at 8 a.m. and is going to end on June 8th. So if you get the codes, let me know in the comments if you grabbed one. And you'll be able to play till the 8th, 8 a.m. EDT, 5 a.m. PDT, 2 p.m. CEST. Players who don't have access yet can join in at any time via our website or via Steam. And so the codes are going to be for the website. In progress and known problems. We are already very far into the process of translating the text of the game. However, some sections of text are still in Chinese or need some tweaking. Many of the NPCs and the system voice speak English now. We're working hard to make sure the missing recordings are ready and in the game when it launches. I haven't even had a chance to play it yet, so I'm kind of curious to see what the system voices sound like. Hopefully, and the English voices, hopefully they're pretty good. Notes on optimization. During the first beta, we received lots and lots of feedback on a diverse range of topics. We've given the feedback to the developers so that they can be evaluated in detail. We are currently in discussion with the developers regarding the complex topic that is optimization. But for now, we like to show you all some tricks for how you can already improve performance. First, make sure your computer isn't in a power saving mode. That will restrict your computer's performance and what resources it has to access, especially important for laptops. Reduce other players' effects. Use these settings to make other players' special effects less visible or to completely hide the effects of players in groups. You can hide specific group members. So if you want to hide special effects of certain group members, you just right click on the member you want to hide. And then if you want to hide other players, you can hide them in the game settings under general, under display, under interface. And there's also a menu bar at the top of the screen that allows you to hide teammates, enemies, and players. For factions, we received a lot of suggestions and worried comments regarding the missing faction system. So we went over the content we have planned for the launch again. And factions will now be available in the game as of the second beta. And of course, once the game is released in summer 2021 as well. The skill faction mode is also available, with which you can flag yourself to be in a faction combat to attack other faction members freely in the world. It's automatically turned on in the Valley of Echoing Blades. This toggle can only be used once per day and is reset at 6 a.m. server time after being used in your faction hall, Valley of the Echoing Blades. You can buy Tranquility Pearls that reset that cooldown 2 times per week. Killing players from enemy factions does not incur negative chi, though they need to be flagged to be attacked. So you just can't attack somebody that's trying to do their PvE stuff. Please note it's possible that some content that has been added to the new plan isn't translated yet, or might only have a basic English translation. We want to get these texts into your language for you as soon as possible also. The 2 factions. So there's going to be 2 factions for you to choose from. There is Heaven's Children. Their members wear light blue and are the Taoist Cultivation Alliance. They have pledged themselves to the pursuit of order and morality. Their base is the White Crane Temple at the northern peak of the Valley of Echoing Blades. Standing opposing to them are the Mystics, whose members can be identified by their dark red clothing. They lead their lives in conformity to strict rules and in harmony with nature and worship several deities. Their base is the Jihai Ancestral Temple at the southern peak of the Valley of Echoing Blades. And here's the 2 factions right here. I guess you just click join faction and you get to see some reward previews. So that's pretty cool. They each have a different mount. One looks like a phoenix or maybe this bird mount in the back, and the other one is this weird phoenix bird mount that's in the back. And then I guess these are some clothing pieces you get that we see here also. Maybe a title, some other stuff. Cool. All right. The Valley, the Valley of Echoing Blades. This is the region in which the 2 factions battle it out. The Valley of Echoing Blades is a region in a constant state of war in which the enemy factions can engage in battle with one another without being penalized. You'll be able to earn points or stop your enemies earning points during daily quests set in the region. You'll be rewarded with rank points for your faction as well as the usual PvP rewards. On top of that, there will be some days where you can take part in various activities in the Valley of Echoing Blades. Make sure to take a look at the production list, the second tab on the left in the cultivation menu, which is the J key, so you don't miss any. And I guess this is the Valley of Echoing Blades. That's a lot of tongues, words, English. Anyway, this is the Valley of Echoing Blades. Pretty interesting. Looks kind of small versus on the map, but I'm pretty sure getting around it might not be that bad, hopefully. But I guess it makes it easy to have a lot of good battles with other players in PvP. Criteria and limitations. Becoming a member of a faction is part of the PvP tutorial and is done on a per character basis, so that means you can have heroes in different factions. After becoming a member, your character will belong to that faction for at least a week. You can change factions once per week. Once you are able to change factions, it will cost you 50 gold to do so. Note: additional modes, only joining alliances for specific factions and so on, 100 versus 100, weekend battles, etc., will be available in a future version of the game. Battlefields, Battle in the Sands. This content has been removed from the game for now and will be added back at a later date. I never get to try it out. Dungeons. Hard mode. We have increased the difficulty of the 5 accessible dungeons. Regular enemies now deal significantly more damage, and bosses have had their health and attack stats increased slightly. Note, the hidden bonus bosses in the first beta had already had their stats increased in this way, and now that's been applied to all the enemies and bosses. Extreme mode. We've received your feedback on this and have been in an intense conversation about it with the developers. We have come to the conclusion that the extreme dungeons shouldn't be added to the game yet, as they would just be much too difficult once the game is launched. We and the developers understand the desire for more challenging content, which is why we have made the hard difficulty dungeons more difficult. We want to have new enthralling content, raids, ready for you within weeks rather than months of the game being released, so you'll certainly get the challenges you desire. Other changes. Reaching maximum level. At level 15, you'll now find a guide to taking on the Chang'an's quest series in the cultivation menu, so you won't have to look for this in-game anymore. Oh, okay. Everybody was like, I'm level 15, now what do I do? So now you'll be able to just see somebody outside, I guess. Oh, there's a guide in the menu. Where do I go? What do I do? Leveling in story quests between level 33 and 36 has been significantly improved. It was kind of slow at that point in time, like a little grind going on there. Please note this applies to new characters as well as characters that aren't too far into the leveling yet. As changes are being made to various story quests, characters that are already close to that specific levels might not take advantage of this change fully. Miscellaneous. Various other small adjustments were made to the user interface, alliance, interface settings, Dragon Star list, etc. The wardrobe and the shop will now display content that's available. A VO language selection toggle has been added to the game options. Please note that this isn't effective for the moment. Switching from the default English to Chinese will result in no VOs playing at all. But that is kind of cool that they are doing English and Chinese. I remember one of the live streams they said they were just going to have English voiceovers, so I guess they're listening to the people who want to still have the original voice dialogue, which is kind of cool. Bug fixes. Note some special characters in the characters' names cause issues. Unable to buy items in the mall. Lines not appearing in the chat. This should be fixed for launch as the final character naming rules are still a work in progress. 55 is now the max level recruited companions can reach. We've adjusted the early guides for healers so that they are no longer a requirement if the path is still locked. We've resolved an issue with the Spearmaster tutorial. Master. Well, I'm glad they resolved an issue. I didn't even get a chance to try Spearmaster yet, and I was going to do this beta. Unavailable dungeons will no longer appear in group search. Unavailable dungeons. We've resolved several issues with loot in various parts of the game that weren't adjusted to our version. Some enemies have had their levels adjusted to match the current version. Requirements for the lazy competitor buff and Battle of the Continents have been adapted. What is going on with the way I say words? Default alliance ranks are now English, only newly created alliances. Previewing the in-mail gifting mode is back to male and female only. Airships in the Spearmaster zone are now displayed completely. Selection options of the PvE Noble Knight box are now translated. The last page of the emote menu is now translated menu. Triple jump now unlocks correctly regardless of the character level. I know that a lot of people that had triple jump unlocked and they did the quest already, but it still wasn't allowing them to do it. I guess it was a secret level you had to get to unlock triple jump, but now everybody can do it. Spaces are no longer removed from the effect list settings. There was a bug that Kira TV had about not being able to do the origami realm. I didn't see that being fixed in there, but maybe they kind of back-ended it and just forgot to put it in here. But that is the Swords of Legend Online Beta 2 patch notes. Good luck if you saw this video in time and you got codes out of it. Like I said, I do have some more codes to give away. And I don't know if I'll do it in another video. I'll probably just do it on stream, working out the details of that to make it kind of fair for everybody versus the last time I did it. And it's just really a handful of them. But the stream is twitch.tv/DeathMonkeyXL if you guys are interested in checking it out. It'll probably be sometime this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I don't work Saturday, it'll probably be Friday night, evening. And that is all. Thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like it if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.